Welcome to week 5, 6, 9. It's hard to tell. I've been locked away for years, it seems. But we're approaching the end of the semester, the end of your high school career. The end draws near for bioethics, and we've been growing in isolation, but hopefully also growing in wisdom. So we're going to wrap up GMOs and genetic engineering today, and then we're going to start aliens on Thursday, which will be fun because it's something a little more interesting to talk about than genetic engineering. Today's pretty simple. It's the ethics of genetic engineering and GMOs. So I'm not going to waste your time, your very precious senioritis time. So I'm going to get straight to the point. You'll see in your assignments, all right, the GMO homework. Basically, these questions. Is it ethical to genetically engineer crops for food? Is it ethical to genetically engineer animals for food? And is it ethical to genetically engineer humans ever? There's lots of other questions you could ask, like what about crops for fun or animals for vanity? Like, I want my dog to have pink hair. And with humans, you could ask questions about what about for disease, or what about for getting blue-eyed babies, or whatever other sort of Nazi eugenics you want to talk about. But let's focus on these three questions, all right? In answering these three questions, you need to keep in mind the purpose, the ends, and the means, all right? Like your intent, the ends, and the means. So what is your intent in genetically engineering crops for food? Well, it's to make more food for people. That's good, right? Well, what are the means? Genetic engineering. Is that objectively good or objectively bad? And then, what are the ends? Well, presumably you make more food, right? So those are the sort of questions you need to keep in mind when you answer all three of these things. What's the intent? What's the means? What's the end? If they're all good, it's good. If one of them's bad, they're bad. So all you have to do is have some critical thinking today. You don't need me blathering on about how to analyze these questions. You're just going to do it. So take a seat, pull up the assignment, the discussion, read the questions, come up with 3 logical answers of ethical, not ethical, why, right? All 3 questions, ethical or not ethical, and why. About a sentence or 2 each. Needs to be logical, and then you're done. Comment on 2 of your peers' arguments saying, I think this is logical because, or I think this is not logical because. Basically, I think you're right because, or I think you're wrong because. But use logic and reasoning. It would be not very prudent or smart to say, like, I disagree with your argument because you're dumb, or I agree, period, right? I mean, you need to come up with some real logic there. So go ahead and do that. And it should be a short Tuesday for you. And I'll see you Thursday for aliens.